For the Warriors, Veronica, 2 points from those opening two matches. They're third in the group behind Kenya and Cameroon, who both picked up wins against Namibia before drawing with Zimbabwe. How important is it for Zimbabwe to make sure that they pick up the points, especially now, considering that we have these 6 editions? And from those, who do you think will be the biggest, will make the biggest impact for the Warriors, in addition to what we saw in those last qualifiers?
Yeah, I think having more foreign-based players, especially at such a time when we actually need to qualify, means a lot for us as Zimbabwe, because they do have the exposure and they know what to expect at some of these competitions of this magnitude. And I believe that having missed Tino in the other games, and now he's retained, maybe we might expect something from him. And also looking at the youngster Chirewa, and I believe that that guy can be something that we can build on. If he gets the support that he needs, if he gets the compliments that he needs, he might give us something. And also, judging on what Kama Billiard gave us the last time that he retained to the Warriors, I think we might be onto something good. Looking at his even his form on the Premier Soccer League, I think he might give us something.
We've seen David Marshall Munetsi captaining the side in the absence of marvelous Nakamba. Does Nakamba walk back in and get the armband? It's a new coach. What would you do if it was you? Do you go revert to the regular captain, or you stick with Marshall, who's done a relatively good job captaining the side? And what value does Nakamba bring to this squad?
Yeah, his experience is vital, you know, for the team, and also remember, as the captain, you would also want to play every minute, each and every game. But this time around, I think because of the injury that he got at the end of the season in March, you know, when they were still in the Premier League, then comes back, I think after just pre-season, that's when, you know, he started playing for Luton Town, and he's done so well ever since he came back from injury. So as a coach, that's a big headache, you know, when your captain comes back. How best can I integrate him, you know, to the new team? Remember, Michael Nees is new to the national team, and Marvin also meeting Michael Nees, that will be the first time. So it will be very difficult for Michael to just bring in, you know, marvelous Nakamba, because remember, we are looking for someone who can give us that thrust and also goals. And if you look at Marshall Munetsi and they formed a central midfield, that mobile, combative and everything. And with Marvelous, he can play as a 6. And he can play as a 6, he can play as a 10. Also, Marshall can play as a 6, and he's always been playing as an 8. If he is to play the 3 of them, which means we also need 3 front runners who can last the entire match, or those that can give us goals. Remember, those 3 can give us goals, but we also need another one, the 4th one, who can play behind the striker. So for Marvelous, I think starting from the bench would be the ideal, because of what has happened in the past. I think 4 games that he hasn't played in the national team, including the Malawi, almost like 6 games that's not to. But then we really need Marvelous experience in that team, especially in the central midfield. But this time, Kanakatanga per bench first game, then second game we integrate him depending on a good central midfield. You're doing that.
Just quickly, Veronica, highlighting the return of Tino Kadewere as well. Goals have been a problem for the Warriors, but outside of with the potential goals that he can bring to the squad, there's the issue of Michael Nees having to manage a situation he did not create. You know, Tino Kadewere, especially after that tournament in Malawi, the 4 nations, coming for a lot of criticism, especially from us as football stakeholders, as fans, and at one point it looked like he wanted to quit. How does Nees manage that, or motivate Tino Kadewere to focus and maybe not let that sit on his head too much?
Yeah, I think for Tino, as experienced he is now, you know, playing in Europe, I think Zakamupa that edge we handle now pressure. Because remember, pressure to kumpa kuno kuitori shoma. Pane pressure yevano warukutombhadhara millions. You know, they want him to deliver week in, week out. And when he joined Lyon, I think we saw what he can do in the first season, and we saw where he was playing. Because for me, Tino's best position, I think, is playing him on the right rather than playing him as a centre forward. Because remember, centre forwards, awunyanya kutaurwa nezvako as long as usingagowese. If you score goals, people will talk about you. If you don't score goals, people will talk about you as well. And because you are the last person up front, and ndinotanga kudefenda, remember, kana team ichidefenda, and ndiwe the last person kana team ichigowesa. Saka for Tino, he has to handle that pressure. Azvekukuita zvezve, I don't think kwangu kungotaura inyaya dziya.
Emotion there.
Yeah, inyaya dziya.
All right,
but chaturikuda isusu ndechekuti Tino atambiswe pa his best place, paanogowesa napo magoals pacho papo paanenge achitamba club kwake.
Coming from the wide position.
Exactly.
It's your premier football show, The Couch, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Konapo, Ipapo, pa ZTM Prime, DSV channel 294, the place to be.